Good morning, my dear students. Today I will discuss fraction from class 3-4 maths. Okay, what is fraction? At first, you will know whole and part. Okay, suppose our bread. Suppose it is divided by 4 parts. Total bread is called the whole. Okay, if each and every part, each and every segment, it is called part. Okay, that's why fraction is a part of whole. Fraction is a part of whole. That means we should write fraction has two parts that are normally divided by a dividing line. Number one, upper portion of the dividing line is called numerator, and lower portion of the fraction it is called denominator. How to form the fraction? Denominator will be goes as the total. How many segments are there in total? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 segments are there in the total. That's why we should write 4, or 4 will be goes as denominator. And numerator, how many parts are shaded or how many parts are finished, that is the, or mentioned here, that will be goes as numerator. 1 part, so we should write here 1. If the shaded part 2 or mentioned part 2, so we should write 2 as a numerator in the upper portion of the fraction. Okay, we should write in the lower portion of the fraction as a denominator, and also it will be the total part of the, or total, how many parts? 4 parts are there. That's why we should write here 4. Okay, if suppose it is 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. On that time, we should write here 10 as a denominator, or the lower portion we should write here 10, because 10 portions are there in the whole. And if we should mention 3 portions or shaded 3 portions are there, on that time we should write here 3 as a numerator. Okay, these are the, that means, I will tell you again, that means fraction is a part of whole, or also it is, all, each and every portions are equal. Mind it, each and every portions are equal in the fraction. Okay, and when it is, that means fraction will be goes as whole and part. We should write whole as a denominator. We should write whole parts. Whole we should write here as a denominator, and how many mentioned part or the shaded part we should write as a part. It is, we should write here as a numerator. Okay, that means every fraction has 2 parts. One is numerator and second one is denominator. Okay, which are separated by a dividing line. Numerator and denominator, which are separated by a dividing line, that is called the dividing line. Okay, and upper portion of the dividing line, it is called numerator. It is the part of the total or part of whole, and denominator is the lower part or lower portion of the fraction. Okay, lower portion of the fraction, it is called denominator, and denominator will be goes as how many parts in total we should write here as a denominator. Do you understand? So from class 3 books we should follow here. Write the fraction for the shaded part. For the shaded part we should write the fraction. At first don't write the fraction. At first you will write the denominator. How many total parts? This segment equally divided by 4 parts. So we should write here 4 as a denominator. And numerator, as a numerator we should write here how many shaded part? 2 shaded parts are there, so we should write 2 as a numerator. If numerator is 2 and the denominator of 4, so we should write here 2 by 4. Do you understand? So you should do it. This one is called the fraction, and numerator is at the place of numerator we should write here 2, and denominator we should write here 4, because 4 parts are there in total and 2 parts are shaded, so we should write here 2 as a numerator. Do you understand? So these are for your homework. After that I will tell you the next. Look at the fraction given, shade and picture the accordingly. You should, there are 16, that means in total 16 squares are there, 16 parts are there. 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, that means 4 4s are 16 in total. 16 parts or 16 segment are there. From that 16 we should shaded the 5 section. 1 2 3 4 5, or 1 2 3 4 5, or 1 2 3 4 5, as you like, but you should shaded 5 segments or 5 parts. 5 parts are from the whole. Okay, here is 6 segment or 6 parts are there, equally divided into 6 parts, total number, and it is 2 will be goes as a numerator, that means we should shaded the 2 segment. So these are your homework. Write the fraction. At first you will count. When you should write the fraction, on that time you should take the numerator and denominator. You should write denominator as the lower part. As the lower part. 1 2 3, 1 2 3. That means 3 3s are 9. So we should write here 9. Okay. How many shaded parts are there? 1 2 3. So we should write here 3. Okay. Also I will tell you the next, in my next classes, how to find out how to find out the lowest form of this fraction, if it will be divided by particular number. Write the each fraction in words. That is called half, or 1 by 2. That is called 1 by 6. It is right over here. It is called half. 1 by 2. It is called half. 1/4. That is called 1/6. 3/4. Okay, you should do it. You should write like this. Numerator decided a part selected, and denominator decides the equal parts made. Denominator will be the equal parts. How many equal parts are there in total? We should write here as a denominator, and numerator how many shaded or how many parts decided or selected. There is like fractions, improper fractions, unit fraction, unlike fraction, and proper fraction, and also isn't there mixed fraction. Mixed fraction also come out from the improper fraction. Okay, like fraction whose denominators are same. If the denominator are the same, that means all these fractions are like fractions. If the denominators are the different, on that time it is called the unlike fraction. Unit fraction, all of this fraction has its one as a numerator. Suppose it is 1 by 5, 1 by 100, 1 by 17, like this. All of these fraction, from all of this fraction, numerator will be goes as 1. It is called the unit fraction. It is called unit fraction. Unit fraction. Okay. Okay, thank you my dear students. And also I will tell you something about from class 3, from class 4. Class 4 also the same, shaded parts. How many parts will be shaded? You will write here in the upper portion or as a numerator, and you will write the total part or total segment of there of that on that side. You should write as a denominator, or you should write it as a lower portion of the fraction. At first you should find out what fraction in the group are dogs. At first you should count in total, so we should write here total numbers of this 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3, that means 5 3s are 15. So we should write here 15, or 15 will be goes as denominator. Okay, 15 will be goes as a denominator because total number of these sections are 15. And how many dogs are there? 1 2 3 4 5 6. So we should write here 6 by 15. Okay, it is called 6 by 15 or 16th 6 15. After that, what fraction are cats? So you should count cat, write here the numbers of cat, and you should write in the as a denominator. You should write here in the total segment. Okay, and dog and cats, you should edit the numbers of dog and cats. We should write here as a numerator, and all the total numbers of the part, that will be goes as denominator. Shaded part, how many shaded fraction? It will be goes as shaded, it will be goes as fraction. Shaded 1, so upper portion 1, and 1 goes as numerator, and 2 will be goes as denominator, because 2 parts are there in the total. So you should do it at yourself. I will tell last one. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So we should write here shaded one. Fraction 6, and 3 parts are shaded, 1 2 3. So we should write here 3. If the 3 portion of 6 it is shaded, obviously unshaded portion also the same, because half of this portion is shaded and half of this portion, obviously left half portion of this unshaded part. Look at the pencil and given below and find out what fraction of pencils are sharpened. At first you will count total number of pencils, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So we should write here 10, or 10 will be goes as new denominator, and are sharpened 1 2 3 4 5 5 pencils are sharpened. That means we should write here 5. Okay, and also write the fraction of flower pots with flower. Which flower pots with flower? 1 2 3 4 5, and total number you should write here as a denominator. Okay, thank you my dear students. So you should do your homework properly, and I will discuss the so many things are there in the fraction, so I will discuss it in our next class. Okay, thank you my dear students, thank you so much.